Stay alive and see my youngest son turn 5.
Are fans to expect a more expressive Sonny Edwards for this fight?
I don't know, man. I don't know what expressive means. I mean, I enjoy doing what I'm doing. I try not to be too disrespectful. Unless I'm trying to disrespect someone, I try not to disrespect them with my style. You know, some fighters, I think they choose to disrespect. Like, I try to stick to what I'm doing, and the flair comes out, the movement comes out, but usually as like a natural where my body's moving and trying to use as little energy as possible for that movement. But yeah, man, maybe a bit of showtime, a bit of flair, a bit of fighting, a whole mix of things, man, because at the end of the day, the crowd want entertaining. You know, I want Sonny win, but the crowd want entertaining, so how much do we play that balancing act, man? What I don't want to do is, you know, be remembered as that fighter that every time he got in the ring, he put the crowd to sleep, you know what I mean? So here we are in the middle of two styles, and I'm ready for a big fight, ready for a hard night, and yeah.
Sorry, finally from me, I'm allowed to ask why you bought the pillows?
I'll be real, yeah. Made light-hearted on stage, and of course, you know, I'm a small cog in a big operation, but a day before my weigh-in, I should never be doing a press conference at 7:30 at night. I didn't want to speak to any of you lot, and that's not normally like me, because normally we're finishing at 2, and then I've got about 2 hours until 4 o'clock where I can give everyone the interviews they want, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to chill out for about 3-4 hours, then look at the scales and see what I've got to do for tomorrow. I can't do that now. As soon as I get home from here, I've got to worry about what I'm doing with my weight, like everyone else has. That's why everyone's run off, do you know what I mean? Because a 7 p.m. press conference the night before a weigh-in for me is fucking... It's like conditions that humans shouldn't be allowed to be in. We shouldn't be working at 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock at night, and then having to make weight through the night and then jump on the scales at 1 p.m. tomorrow. I think it's ridiculous. Not even a official weigh-in in the morning to make sure that we're all right, and then ceremonial. We're not doing none of that. So I don't know, man. The pillow was more of a... I'll be real. I nearly swerved this off. I'll be real. I nearly stayed at home.
So yes, it's Danny Gunn, Fight FM TV Live. Yes, Sonny. So growing up, you know, you was boxing as the amateur through the Lynn AC. Did you always dream about nights like this, big arenas? You know, versus Murata, Wazim in the Middle East, and now obviously here in Birmingham today.
Yeah, man. I think it's always been the story. I feel like my brother had a lot of success and always paved the way, and the expectation of me was always from, you know, our family that I was always going to go that bit further. Like, that was always it. So whatever my brother got to, I had to go and do it, and I had to do it easy. So, you know, a long part, I wanted to be a part of these events, and, you know, anytime you watch any boxing that means anything anywhere, it's not, you know, in a half-empty arena. It's not, no one really cares. It's big arena, big lights, full crowd. And that's what I'm still pushing, and that's what I'm aiming for. I've got to the point now where I've done it a couple of times, but still we must big, and still we must progress, and still we must grow and evolve and adapt. And I'm still not where I really want to be yet. Will a flyweight ever be able to do it? If they are, it'll probably be me in the ring when it's happening. But yeah, man, just trying to end height as them. You know what I mean? If I was 5'4", 5'3", brothers, it's hard out here, man. It's hard out here for the boxers. Now, I mean, we can step out into the world and talk about all the, you know, the disparities in human relations and how height affects that. But we can just stick to boxing, right? If I was the #1 for as long as I have been and done all the things that I have done at any other weight apart from flyweight, could you imagine my career? And if you actually know boxing and know who I've beat and know when I fought people, what they were ranked, you know I'm proper. And you know that from early I was fighting people that I shouldn't have been fighting. So if, you know, I wasn't 5'3" and weighed, you know, next to nothing, then everything would be a lot more impressive. But when they see me walk through, people are going, "Oh, you sure he's a boxer?" You know what I mean? So I get it. But at the same time, I've tried religiously, biblically, to carry the weight of the division on my back. And even if I had to play the fool, even if I had to play the clown, even if I had to be the bad guy, even if I had to do whatever I've done, I was hell-bent on making storylines run deep, around me, through me, around, like, away from me to come back to me. Like, I've been in a division that pretty much no one else is in, and it's the worst thing in boxing. So, you know, I made an agreement to myself before that. Come on, we're going to build up every fight. Whatever the biggest fight is the fight that we're going to get. And whoever the promoter wants is who the fans should want, is who I should want. So I could pick and choose and use my sort of leverage to get the easiest nights and the most for the least. But I don't, and I won't do it, because then our division's dead. If I leave it, who would you be excited to watch in flyweight?
And last one from me. How surprised are you that, you know, Galal's actually come through the fight? Because I know before, during the build-up, you're saying you thought that he was going to pull out. He's now here. We're only days away from it. So how surprised are you, and are you relieved about it? And how surprised are you about him turning up?
Nah, I'll be real. I'm always quite tongue-in-cheek with that one, especially when they start doing weird things. We've agreed the fight. We know the date. It's only 8 weeks away, and now you're announcing he's fighting next weekend against a Mexican. Okay, he was Joe Hope useless, but that's not the point. It's like, why? Why did that fight ever happen? It was embarrassing to watch. It was probably embarrassing for the zone to broadcast. I was commentating. It was embarrassing for me to commentate. I could not have sat there and looked at that, yeah? Regardless of whether it's my next opponent fighting, that fight, the level of an Olympic champion versus someone that looks like they've never put gloves on, was ridiculous to me. So why he even had to go for the exercise, apart from to get some more money out of this deal? You know what I mean? So I was just, I was against them giving him the fight. I was against Matchroom. I understand what he wants, but okay, imagine if I said, okay, but now I want to fight. I just went and played a game of football instead. I'll be real. That was my okay, he's having a fight, I'm going to go play a game of football.
Okay, and just for the fans, tell them why they need to be tuned in on Saturday night. I've seen that Matchroom have released more tickets for the fight, so yeah, it's obviously doing big numbers in Birmingham. So let them know why they need to be tuned in on Saturday night for your fight.
Do you know why? Because really, from top to bottom, the card is a great card. There's so much locality in the fights, is what I will say, and I love it. I think that is the cure for boxing, yeah? Every time two people fight, until we demand that someone from this side of the world fights the best one from this side of the world, bear in mind, fights the best one from over there. Until that happens, yeah, I want as close miles proximity of them two that have grown up round each other. I want the fights that make sense. Because what you have, and I'll be real, and this is speaking from first-hand experience in the trenches, yeah, it should be a promoter goes, oh, I'm doing a fight in Birmingham. Let's get all the Birmingham versus Birmingham lads, or Birmingham versus Wolverhampton lads, and you slowly build the card. That's only just started happening now with this. Before, you've been trying to put together a card. Oh, what about this lad? Oh, I'm not boxing him at that level. Oh, we'll wait for that fight to be bigger. And oh, if I lose to him, then I've lost in my city and all that. That stuff needs to be done. I'll be real. You will cure boxing by having fight cards like these where people know each other. The fighters know each other. They might have sparred before, because there's history. There's bad blood. There's some sort of connection. When you have a card, typically, how many cards have you seen, right, where there is no chance anyone on the right side of the card is going to win a fight? How many cards do we see when from a headline down to there, it is literally just like pub stomping? You know what I mean? One-sided. When you look at the bookies and they're going 1 to 100 or 1 to 100 the whole way down, that kills the sport. Look at me and Galal, it's like a 50-50 if you're a better man. And a lot of these other fighters, because when you've got two people, a lot of interest, you've got fighters that live close to each other, been around each other, it creates the interest. It creates all the people that I know, all the people that he knows, all the people that know both of us have all been dragged into it. You know what I mean? And I know loads of fighters that, they've come through, Troy or Tracer, they've come through other fighters on the undercard, but I'm real good friends with them, you know what I mean? So this card has got the right fighters on it, it's got the Birmingham lads on it, it's got the local lads on it, it's going to have a wicked crowd in there, it's going to be split, it's going to be divided, there's going to be some special guests, there's going to be some lights. Yeah, don't worry, people coming from all over, man. I've had people flying in just today from other countries, just all over, man. It's one of those nights, one of those fights, and I am, again, I'll be real buzzing to be a part of it, man. I'll be real. You see up there, it says Edwards Yafai, to me, that should just seem like so blasé, because a lot of the boxing is blasé to me. Getting in the ring, fighting, world champion, all of that has got to quite blasé. I've done a lot of things, but a flyweight fight on top table, loads of good fighters in their own right, in all different weights down. That for me at 15, that's what dreams are made of. Because I never seen a flyweight do it. I didn't know it was possible. I didn't know.
Real talk, love that, and thank you for your time. I'm going to let you get off, and there you have it, guys. It's Danny Glover from Fight Fan TV Live, joined with the champ Sonny Edwards. And remember, guys, persistence beats resistance. You know where it is. Also, let me know, where is the after party?
Do you know what? There's a few little spots right now, but I've been so focused on the fight. I'll be raw, so focused on the fight, and I haven't even planned somewhere yet. But Caitlin, you're going to sort out the after party, right? Matchroom card covering it all.
Make sure you hit me up.
Bill's gonna be crazy. Shout out Eddie Hunt.
Come on, let's go.